Dear all, if you talk to people around you about sexual abuse, you'll be shocked to find out that nearly 5 out of 10 of your friends, colleagues, or neighbors or family friends would have faced some form of sexual abuse in their childhood, but might would have never spoken about it, or when they have spoken about it too, they've been told to keep quiet and it is considered as a taboo in our society. Today I, Shalini Sankar, will be talking to the point through Biz Doors to Vani, founder of Faith Foundation, an organization which is fighting against the social stigma of child abuse, sexual abuse, and trying to create a world where a child does not lose his childhood to the beast called sexual abuse. Dear Vani, first of all, a very, very warm welcome to Biz Doors. Your name Vani itself is so powerful, and you are raising your voice against a topic which is considered taboo in our society, that is child sexual abuse. This is not even discussed behind closed doors. So how did your journey started, and did you feel any resistance in your journey?
Yeah, as you yourself said, Shalini, that it is a topic which people don't prefer to discuss because of a lot of factors like shame and guilt attached to it. And it was definitely a difficult thing to go out and say that we fight against child sex abuse. And but you know, when I came to know from various friends and families and the people around me, when they are sharing certain things with me, and most of the people have gone through abuse, sexual abuse, some form of sexual abuse in their childhood. So that is what was very difficult to digest, that how is it possible that the people who are coming to me, they all have some stories like that. Then after that, there were few survivors of the abuse whom I met, and they had very heart-wrenching stories to tell, and that made me decide that there is something. I won't use the word decide, I would say I chose. Because again and again, over a period of that 1 year, again and again somebody was coming and telling me their trauma stories.
So your destiny was calling you.
It was something like that. So yes, so I decided that okay, let's go ahead and do something about it. And then I went to the child experts, I went to the NGOs who were working towards it to know what is going on, what are the statistics like. And you won't believe that 53% of the children in India are sexually abused, and that was the statistic done in 2007. And if you look at it and convert it into the numbers, it is so alarming, because that means 1 in 2 children, which is, I mean, what are you talking about? And you are still not doing anything about it. So that is what made me start this.
So were you always into something social service, or are you doing something else?
No, I was a molecular biologist.
Oh, you're a molecular biologist? A scientist?
Yes, I have a PhD in molecular biology, and I also...
So you're Dr. Vani?
I am Dr. Vani, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and I was also working as a scientist before going full-time into this work.
So people must have told you, what are you doing, Vani? You shouldn't do, or they said it's a good thing, or...
Surprisingly, other than a little bit of resistance, most of the people were very warm-hearted, and they told me that go ahead and you are doing amazing work. I mean, everybody inspired me. All my friends, family members, my husband stood by me. He's still standing by me all the time, and they all inspired me to go ahead. Thankfully, I didn't face any resistance from my people, and that is like one bridge crossed.
Very nice, Dr. Vani. You are sharing with me that you have done some international workshops and you've taken Faith Foundation internationally.
Yes.
Please do share your experience.
Sure. So when I went to Singapore, very warm welcome that I got there, and then they sent me to Cambodia. I spent around 15 days staying with the children in the rehabilitation centers. Yes.
Some experience?
It is, yeah, it transforms you.
So tell us about what kind of workshop does Faith Foundation does, and you know, how has been your journey till now?
So so far, Shalini, we have empowered 10,000 children, and we have empowered 5,000 adults, and we have done close to 300 plus workshops. This is how much we have consolidated so far, and the number comes from there. But definitely we have also done a lot of work with the orphanages, sitting here and there and talking to children. We have done a lot of work with NMIMS Bangalore, which is Nursing Monji Institute of Management. Last year we were the part of their CSR activity. So they had done street play wherein the entire adult workshop of faith was beautifully converted into a Nukkad Natak, and they did it in front of Forum Mall, and then we did the silent march pass for that. And this year again we are going to do a lot of work with NMIMS as their student projects. And also we have been associated with Bosco Institute that has a lot of orphanages under them, Rakshana Trust. We have been associated with Euro Kids and done a lot of workshop with Euro Kids. With Chitrakuta, Chitrakuta has from past 2 years they have been doing all our workshop in their schools. Then internationally, of course, I have been associated with Operation Hope Foundation, Salt Lake Ministry, and we have presented ourselves in a social impact platform which is called Be an Idea, which calls a speaker to understand, to tell people what is their social motive and what kind of social impact they have created. And faith has been the part of that, and it has got a very good review there. We have created few workshops, 4 to 5 kind of workshop. One is for children, wherein we provide them the education about how to get empowered against abuse, how to be safe, how to prevent abuse from happening, and how if something has happened, don't keep the secret inside. Talk about it to the trusted adult. So this is called the body empowerment education, and we empower children against sexual abuse without using the word sex or without using the word sexual abuse. That is the beauty of that workshop. Another workshop is for the teenagers. The workshop for the teenager is called Sexuality Workshop. It is not the sexual awareness workshop because it just doesn't address the issue of the normal sex education. It also addresses the entire issue of sexuality, because we as human beings are also sexual beings. So we need to know everything which is around us, which is related to the aspect of sexuality, be it the gender identity, be it the gender bias, be it the LGBT community. Most important thing is consent. They need to know they need to have the understanding of the consent. When no means no, stop means a stop, and how not to play with these words as mind games. So we give that kind of empowerment, and also the maturity, that when you are mature enough, what kind of judgment, and how to interact with the little children, so that you do not spill out that kind of knowledge which they are right now not ready for. So be a responsible teenager. Similarly, be a responsible adult. First of all, to be aware that sexual abuse exists, because our generation and a generation before us, we don't accept it. So yeah, nobody talks about it.
Nobody talks about it.
It is called India's worst kept secret. And yeah, so these are all the work that we have done specifically. There's a lot more which is there on our website and our Facebook page, and viewers can go and take a look at that.
So next question of mine was that only, when you are, what challenges do you face, you and your team, when they're conducting a workshop, like when they go to us for conducting workshops, or while they're conducting workshops, so what challenges do you face?
Well, the challenges vary based on what kind of society that we are giving that workshop to. The common challenge that we face is when we are doing the workshop, people will say, don't say it is a workshop about child sex abuse, say it is a workshop about child safety, say it is a workshop about body empowerment. So we have to really rephrase those words. We don't restrict ourselves.
They're still not waking up that it is a big issue, big problem, something which can every child can get affected to. They still want to keep it under wraps and talk about.
Yes, it's still going around the circle. They don't want to use the word child sex abuse. They don't want to say that if something is happening, some sort of program is happening, they will say, can you please tone down what you want to say. So all those sort of challenges are there that we face. And then society wise, it depends upon there is religion issues as well. When we talk about sexuality, we talk about LGBT community, we talk about masturbation, all those things that are in certain religions. It is a bit complicated how they see it. So we definitely get that sort of questions as well, to which we have to answer in such a way that we don't create any conflict around it. And still, because our agenda is to empower, we are not here to create conflicts. So whichever way it works.
So how has it been, your response to all the workshops till now?
Wonderful. Wonderful response. Children, of course, they take it very fast. It's just a 30-minute workshop. Teenagers, they are very enthusiastic about it. They really want to know what is happening, because it is happening around them, all the hormonal changes and the way they think, the way they identify themselves. So they are again they are really joyful. And the most important thing is when we do adult workshop, which is more on awareness and which is on giving them the tips of how to prepare their children. So what happens is, I have done so many workshops, so I could see there are few faces who are relating to it more than on being a parent level.
They're being a victim.
And they have been a victim, and I'm not saying it because I had access it. There are people who have come to me after the workshop talking about it, males. Yeah, males and females, like men and women both. And there is a big misconception that everything happens around a female child or a woman, but which is not true. Men are equally at threat. And the problem with men, the issue is that they are always seasoned in a way that, you are a man, you can't.
You're not supposed.
Weak. Yeah. Don't be sissy, don't be weak, don't show your emotion. So that entire arena of emotion is missing from there. So that's why men don't talk about it. But men are equally abused as women.
So where all do you do workshops? Schools,
yes.
Apartments?
We are ready to go, and as general as anywhere there is a person sitting and want to listen to us, but specifically we do workshops in schools, we do workshops in apartments, we do workshops in the orphanages, rehabilitation centers, we do workshops in the corporates who ask us to come there and do the workshop. We have done one in HSBC, and we also do workshops in colleges. So hospitals. Yes.
So anywhere where is a community of people, you have a group of people ready to listen to you.
Yes.
Could be any group
Yes.
of people.
Yes.
You are ready to do a work.
Yes.
And you have done it.
Yeah, and specifically about the hospitals where we have the neonatal courses these days, this workshop, especially the child empowerment workshop, could very well align with those neonatal courses, because we don't talk anything negative. It is just as you want to teach, as when a new mother, as I have been a new mother, and they teach about how to protect your child from getting hurt, how to breastfeed the child, same way how to protect your child from getting hurt from another human being.
So what is the vision that you have for Faith Foundation?
Well, I would like to see that in next 2 years, we are doing workshops in most of the schools of Bangalore with the help of my team, with the help of you guys, and with the help of people who are watching these videos. We would like to do workshops and cover the children, all the children I would like to personally cover each and every child in Bangalore to make sure that they are safe and secure. We would like to go to, in India, we would like to do workshops in Delhi. We would spread in Pune, we would spread in Jaipur, and also in Ahmedabad. Those are the few places where we want to spread the work of faith further, including Bangalore, of course.
In the next 2 years?
Yes, in next 2 years. And further, of course, the sky is the limit.
And internationally
yes.
also?
Internationally, our plan is to go to Cambodia again, because there is a good demand of the workshop now in Cambodia. Then we would like to go to Nepal, and we would like to cover Indonesia and Thailand in next 2 years time frame, and there are discussions going on in Singapore about it, that how we could go further and do these workshops there.
We hope that Faith Foundation is able to meet their vision. I'm sure with your leadership and with your fantastic team.
Yes, it is always a teamwork. More than, I think a leader is only successful when their team is performing, and my team is wonderful team.
If people want to get associated with Faith Foundation, which way they can get associated with it?
Well, yes, there are various ways of getting associated with faith. One is to be our trainer, learn how to do these workshops and do it in the schools, societies, colleges. Number 2 is to connect us with the clients, with the beneficiaries like the schools, the corporates, the societies, the college, where there is a crowd to listen, where there are children to listen, where there are teenagers to listen. Third is logistic, wherein help us with the social media, help us with the photographies, help us with the finances and the running of the office in the workshop. And the another way which I think every charity or every NGO is thrive is on the funding. Faith is not a different case. We also need a lot of funding if we want to make a bigger social impact. So please connect us to the funding bodies, connect us to the CSR, to the corporates who are ready to take us as a CSR activities. I am sure with the help and support of the viewers, we will make world a safe place for children.
Before we close, anything that you would like to tell the parents, any tips that you want to share to the parents who are watching this video?
Yes, I definitely have something to tell parents. Do talk to your kids regularly, listen to them, provide a listening atmosphere with empathy, and do look for the signs if a kid is silent, if a kid doesn't want to stay with a person who's coming to your house or who's your relative. Do give importance to that and look into the matter. Also tell them the difference between safe and unsafe touch. Tell them that nobody can touch their private part and they cannot touch anyone's private part. And also tell them, respect the body boundary of a child. If a child says no to any kind of touch, even if it is a simple hug or a kiss, you have to respect that. And of course our children are precious. Just spread your unconditional love to them.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vani, for joining us. Such a youthful, smiling face, doing such a serious work through Faith Foundation, fighting against child sexual abuse. Amazing work. All the best wishes from the Biz Doors team, and it is our honor and to be a part of this campaign. And we hope this video reaches millions of people, and then they join you in this campaign. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shalini, for featuring us in your Biz Door, and I'm really grateful. Thank you.